Okay, so on tonight's call, it's Christmas week, so I really want to focus on kind of keeping the hype and not worrying about people, giving you the Christmas excuse, because even if they're going to give you the excuse, most people are going to get money for Christmas. So you're going to be like, okay, cool. Well, shouldn't it put it on your Christmas list or ask for money for Christmas so we can make it happen? So, okay, first things first, Smart Success. I am so excited. We have 6 people from our team going right now. It's myself, Tanner, Erica, Debbie, Alex, which is one of Tanner's like brand new coaches, and Erica's a really new coach too. Who am I forgetting? Debbie, Alex, Erica, Danielle, sorry. And I'm so excited. So I was really, really shocked because I didn't think that, I just kind of was like, oh, I wish that people would want to, but $500 is so much money. Like, who's going to want to go? And then I realized, you were broke as a joke, April, and Kelly invited you and you put $1,000 on your credit card and you didn't even know if somebody was going to join you or not. Because what it is you can pay, $9.97. Oh, let me turn my Facebook off so I'm not dinging. You can pay $9.97 for 2 tickets, but like I didn't know who I was going to split it with. So that was really kind of scary because I was like, okay, I'm putting $1,000 on my credit card. Fingers crossed, I find somebody. So I know we do have a couple people. I know Kristen was thinking about it. If she can find a cheaper plane ticket, depending, I know that right now plane tickets are kind of crazy. But there's still spots available if you can find, 2 of you that want to do it and make it happen. So the crazy thing is that it's seriously so freaking scary to put things on your credit card. But the reason I am where I am today and the reason our team is so successful is because of live events. If you look at the people that Kelly has signed that are successful, it is people that go to live events. And even if you're like, I'm a brand new coach, like I can't put this on my credit card, your very least, your number one goal is to make it to Super Saturday, January 9th. So if you can't come to Smart Success, I'm not going to be like, you suck, get off my team, you're not putting $500 plus on your credit card. Like, I'm not going to do that to you, but just know that it is going to be something that for every dollar you invest in personal development, you get $7 return. That's like what research shows on average, and I 100% can tell you that that is true. So, but at the very least, Super Saturday, just check it out online on Beachbody's website. There's definitely some in your area. Make it happen. I don't care if you need to drive 2 to 4 hours, go. Because when you're in that environment, it just really kind of lights a fire underneath you. So there is still time if anybody wants to come with us to Smart Success. That's by far my favorite personal development I've ever done. And I do have access to the modules for online. So even if you can't go, I can share that with you so you can do the online modules. And if you guys did purchase it, make sure you go through and do that. She changes it every year, even if you've kind of done it in the past. It's awesome. But definitely not the same as being there. So just wanted to let you know that there are still tickets available, and I'm so freaking excited. It's going to be like a big fat party for us. Okay, the other thing I wanted to say is I posted a photo album. I created a photo album in Team Run Pink Run Happy. Sarah, I think Brittany Gray originally posted. She's like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. It's a picture of a bunch of coaches with like a white piece of paper, and then we put it all into a collage. You're like this, and then I'll put words on it. Sarah already created it for her team, and Thora and Jackson made a special appearance. It was adorable. So you can take a look at that. I just asked that if you want to be on that photo, you put your black and white photo of yourself holding the sign so that I can put words on it in there. And you can take a look at Sarah's picture too. Like, everybody doesn't have to be like right here. You can do it a little bit differently so it looks kind of cool. But I'm not going to hound you. So if you put it in there, you get on it. If you don't, you don't. So please make sure you tell your coaches as you add yourself too. But that was just really cute. I thought it would be really something cool for us to post maybe at a holiday, because it's basically the message is, I'm a coach, but I'm just like you. I'm real. I struggle too. And so maybe it could be like, hey, I indulged in, treats and yada yada and Christmas, but you know what? Enjoy it. Good for you. Happy holidays. So I would love to get that done this week. So please do that ASAP, because I will probably put that together Wednesday or Thursday. So let your coaches know to do that, or your success partners. The next thing is Camera Plus. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can use that. It's for Apple. So it's an app, and Sarah, have you tried to use it yet? You can unmute yourself. Stuffy face.
Sorry, Zach just got home with dinner. Yeah, I tried to use it, and it's just one of those, I get really frustrated with like apps and technology and stuff. So that's why I always ask you to help me. But
Tanner, will you help her start asking her? My iPad's downstairs, so I'm going to grab it. You use Camera Plus, right? No? You don't?
No, I don't.
Okay. Danielle, you do? Okay. Walk her through that. I'm going to go get my iPad, because I don't know what to do right now.
Yeah, so I felt like when I first opened up the app, like if something doesn't automatically scream to me, like, this is how this works, I'm like, oh, no, I don't know how to do it.
Do you just have the free one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you open it, and then there's there's the camera button to take a picture, and then there's like the little flower on the left side.
Okay.
You hit the flower, and that takes you to all your other pictures. It'll bring up like a light box.
Okay.
And then you hit the plus at the top, and that'll have all of your photo albums.
Okay.
And then like you just pick one, and then you import it. And then it should take it into that light box, and it'll say like edit, share, save.
Yeah, and then go to edit.
I don't know. Let me see.
Everybody that looks bored, are you hanging out with a Samsung? I see a lot of faces are like, and if I can tell you any advice, if anybody is eligible for an upgrade soon, get an iPhone. Because 6 months ago, I was like, I'm Team Samsung. I love my Samsung. And I use my Apple, my iPad mini for everything. It's so annoying. So yeah, definitely get an iPhone. Sarah, basically you go to the plus button, and then you select your photo, or you can take the photo from the app, and there's also a timer on it. And then my favorite is I go to I don't think so. Filters, and then under special is the HDR, and the HDR filter is my favorite.
And this is on the free one?
I think I paid for mine.
Did you? Because mine doesn't look the same as like what you guys are describing.
I think I paid for it. It's worth it.
Mine's free.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Mine was a couple bucks. I don't know.
What screen are you at, Sarah?
Like, this is what my... Oh my gosh, I don't even know. This is what like my home screen looks like right now. Can you see that?
No.
I have like
Camera Plus?
Yeah.
Okay, this is your homework, Sarah. Go to YouTube and search Camera Plus tutorial.
I think she has a different app. That's not what mine looks like.
Yeah, mine says my app icon looks like this.
Abby says I think HDR is only on the paid one. Just pay for it. It's like $3. It's a tax write-off.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
I don't know. I have the HDR and I have the free one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what is does your icon say Camera Plus free?
No, mine.
No, it just says Camera Plus, and it's like black with a little multicolored lens in the middle.
I can't figure it out. There it is. I see it. Camera Plus. Yeah,
that's what mine looks like.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you can ask us questions, but like stop trying, April. Okay, but the HDR filter is awesome. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about tonight is that pictures are everything. In today's world, people are deciding whether or not they want to interact with you. And half the time when people like something, they don't read your whole post. They decide whether or not by that picture if they're going to like it. And you want people to like your stuff because you want to be able to communicate with them and them to see your posts in the future. So if you're going to take a picture of your food, I took a picture of mine today. I took it outside because the lighting is always better outside. And then I added it to, I love Vibrantly, but it is also a Apple iPhone thing or iPad. Vibrantly is a really cool app that's for food only. So let me see. That top right. It's like a little fork with a plus. Vibrantly, like V is in Victor. And Clarity Sense, is that for food? I don't know where. Danielle, is that for food? I can't hear you, girl. You are totally muted. You have fun with that, though. Unmute yourself. Yeah. Were you talking to me?
Oh, sorry. I thought I hit unmute.
No.
No, in the Camera Plus, that like the first thing that it brings up are all the scenes.
Okay.
The scenes, the clarity one is really good because it makes like it helps muscle definition pop out.
Oh, we're on that. Okay, yeah. You can do filters, and I love HDR, and then you can do scenes, and you can change it even more. Yeah, clarity, flash, there's a couple. I just play with them. And it depends on what the lighting is like in the picture, but it's awesome. And yeah, definitely. And that's what I even made a post about. Look how ripped I look. And it was like totally the app that made me look like I had abs. I was like, I'll take it. And so, and I saw Tanner like kind of made a post today. Somebody was like, oh my gosh. And she was like, nope, it's all a filter. And I love that you're like, look how hot I am with a filter and things like that. Because I love the fact that when people say like, I'm real, like don't, and people kept telling me like, oh my gosh, you look flawless. I'm like, let me tell you about my Beautify filter. Everybody should get it. It's awesome. So, yeah, another one, Brooke just told me about one today. I commented on it underneath the Lumi Case one. So another thing awesome is called Lumi Case. I hate to break it to you. Yeah, Beautify filter is not available on iPhone, but I think I'll live. The next thing I want to talk to you is go to, let me check what it is. I think it's lumeecase.com. Let me check. Yes. Okay. Where did Zoom go? I'm so bad at this technology thing. Delete. I'm on a million different things right now. Okay, let me just share my screen because I've got some other things that I want to talk about on my screen too. Okay, so if you don't know what to get for Christmas or you've got some extra Christmas money, this is amazing. I've seen a ton of top coaches talk about this. So it's lumeecase.com. So you can see like people, it's a light up case and you can get it for every phone. So it's really good for like selfies and stuff. Some of these are kind of crazy looking, but it's just really good for taking really great selfies, things like that. Even if you're not taking a selfie and you're doing it the other way around, it kind of lights up your face. So it is like $50 or something, but when you run a business where pictures and Facebook and things are very important, I thought that was pretty cool. So let's see, Keynote, let me pick this up, share screen. Okay, so, but yeah, and then Angela, I need to ask Angela about, I think she shared a call before about her food post. She's really good at her food post, Angela Camello. Follow her and look at her awesome plating. Everything is always really bright. If you can use just a plain white plate is awesome. Even if you just go to like Walmart or somewhere and just get a white plate and just one and use it for your photos, your food photos, that makes a big difference too. But even if you're like you have a lamp like that you can pull over and things for videos, or you know, photos, whatever. Lighting is key. And if you can take things outside, it's going to be so much better. So really try this coming month, focusing on your pictures being pretty. If it's blurry, take that shit again. Don't post a blurry, dark picture of yourself. You know, oh, I should censor myself for babies. Sorry. But, you know, just take pride in it. Don't do it to do it. Make sure that it's a good picture. And the next time that you're available for an upgrade, if you're like still hanging out with your iPhone 4S or something, and you're available for an upgrade, do it. And, you know, get a better phone for your business, because it's going to make, the difference. So, yeah, and some of my favorite apps that we've talked about, and feel free to use the chat and say apps that you like, but I love Camera Plus. I love, iMovie for my editing, video editing apps. I use iMovie, and then I use Pick, Play, Post to add the words and the music. And how I add the words is I use Moldiv, the app, Moldiv, and I'll be like don't wish for it, work for it. And I just put it on a Moldiv piece of you know, thing and save it, and then I insert that as a photo into Pick, Play, Post in one of those. Vibrantly, I said for food. I made a food post tonight, and I used Vibrantly for the picture, and then I used Phonto, Phonto, to add the cute little like words of like for a recipe, what it is and stuff. So, but yeah, I really focus on pictures and kind of, you know, using Canva. I did a 5-minute tutorial on how to do that. It makes things really pop. So, all right, 20 minutes in, we're going to talk about inviting. I can't see the chat right now, but please use it. Talk to each other, ask any questions, answer each other, and then I'll get to anything that isn't answered at the end. Okay, so the art of inviting. And I have a couple things here that I just have screenshots from the past that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so these are some of my invites for coaching. So this was, I said, okay, so I'm just going to ask you. This is somebody I had been talking to about just generally forming. I'm just going to ask you because I flipping love your posts. Have you ever thought about being a coach? Because with your cute little collage pics and posts, you're literally doing what we do as coaches. Would you want to just check out a video about coaching I made and see if it's for you or not? I think it would be awesome to keep you accountable and be able to just invite other people to join you on your journey. Plus, so many people adore you and you have so many connections. I just think people would flock to you because of your awesome personality. So this was a girl that was posting like kind of like collage-y fitness pictures or adding in her food and all this stuff. So I was like, dude, this girl and I just am very honest, like, and go for it. So this girl was like, you know, I was just kind of asking her about her general workouts and stuff. And then I said, that's awesome. I just think you'd be an amazing coach. And I keep thinking about it. So I just have to ask you to check it out and see if it's for you. Because my friend Kelly never asked me 2.5 years ago, my life would be so different than where it's at now. If I send you a video I made that describes what I do as a coach, would you check it out and see what you think? So very like laid back. I'm not going to stalk you, but how about we think about this? Because a lot of people have never thought about it. All of these screenshots I'm going over to are in the photo album in our Team Run Pink Run Happy. I have how to invite combos. I have 2 photo albums. Some are for coaching and some are for products. And this one was somebody I somehow missed a comment that she said. I said, well, I'm a schmuck. I never saw your response. I seriously see pictures of you and your family, and I think she's the world's cutest mommy. Just wanted to let you know. I saw you had a rough weekend. Y'all are too cute. I have also been thinking about you so much. I think with your sweet personality and your big heart, you would make an amazing coach. And you get to do it just from your phone on your downtime. It may or may not be for you, but I have a video I made that describes what I do as a coach. Would you want to just check it out and see if it's for you or not? So very simple. I'm always complimenting somebody, making some type of conversation, and then going for the invite. If this is the first time I'm talking to somebody, that's not something I'm going to say. But this is somebody that I've been forming, I've been talking to. Okay, so this was about something about the pumpkin group she was in, and I was talking to her when we did that pumpkin recipe. So I made a comment about pumpkin. I said, I actually have a 3-week fitness and nutrition boot camp starting up in a few weeks, and we're going to focus on healthy eating throughout the holidays. This is a great way to talk to anybody that's in our free group. Using a meal plan and home workouts. Would you be interested in joining us? Sure, I'd love to. Thank you for thinking about me. And then I got to ask her about, you know, struggles and goals and talk about 21-day fix. But I think I had already talked about struggles and goals a little bit. So the next one is, this is the same girl, and she I had talked to her later on, and she's like, it's okay, no worries. I forgot to talk to her for a while or something. I know how life gets busy. I would like to soon, but not yet. My grandma passed away, and we have to get all the finances in place for her. But I know she lived a long life, and she's in a better place now. And I said, oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I'm sending prayers your way for you and your family. I'll check in with you next month, but for now, I have a free exercise group if you'd like me to add you to that. So even when you get a no, make sure you're adding them to some type of free group so you can stay in contact with them. This is a really good one to talk to anybody if they are talking about, if they ask you about the 3-day cleanse, you should be posting about the 3-day cleanse. I mean, honestly, we start January 4th, and they really should have had it by now, but I would say probably the very latest they could probably order by Wednesday and still have it, but who knows with shipping. I just ordered something yesterday and it said it shipped today. So hopefully they are back on track with that. But, so this girl said, can you give me a rundown on the 3-day cleanse? Do you eat or just drink something? How much? So with that January 4th group we're doing, I want you to just make a post and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Christmas, but I'm also knowing that I know I'm going to indulge a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it because I have a 3-day cleanse scheduled January 4th with me and my girls. You know, does anybody else want to detox with me? Anybody else plan on maybe going off track a little bit? Kind of thing like that. And so then if somebody asks you about it, this is how I describe it. I say, so it's a 3-day vegan cleanse. You drink Shaco for breakfast, then you have a fiber sweep and fruits, veggies, healthy fats for snacks. And lunch, you also get a vanilla vegan shake for lunch and dinner, and they give you recipes for an easy vegan dinner. You can get it for $30 with your Shaco purchase. So that's a great way just to kind of describe what you get. And I also say it's normally $75 plus shipping and tax. Regularly, because I think after taxes it's like $86 or something crazy if they would get the 3-day refresh with the 3 Shaco packets. So it's just silly for them not to do it with the challenge pack. Okay, so stocking ain't always crazy is what I would like to get across today, because honestly, like oh, what's this? Sorry, this isn't working. Honestly, I used to send messages all the time that were like, hey girl, how are you? Hey girl, how are you? And that was just how I followed up. And nobody ever responded to me. And I was just like, dang, all these people are ignoring me. And like literally up until like 2 months ago, this was still my go-to, like, oh, I gotta get follow-ups out. Hey girl, how are you? Or hey mama, how are you? And half the time I wouldn't even go to the message to see what we had talked about previously. So it's just kind of crazy because like and then sometimes I'd be like, oh crap, I literally sent the same exact message like a month ago and she never responded. So what I want you to do is go to their Facebook profile, take a look at some of the things that's gone on or whatever, and then click message from their profile. Don't go like create a new message and then type in their name, because you won't see what you've talked about in the past. So go to their profile and then click message and see what you've talked about in the past. It can be something so simple. Like I went to one girl's page and I couldn't find anything, but she shared a video of a bunch of cats in a Christmas tree, and I obviously watched it and laughed. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just watched that video that you shared about the cats in the Christmas tree. I just died. And I know she has cats. I said, how are your cats in the Christmas tree? Like, are they crazy too? And she was like, oh my gosh, they're awful. Da, 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 da. And that just started talking to her. And if I looked at the messages before, she hadn't responded the last 4 times I messaged her. But I talked to the crazy cat lady about her cats and she wants to talk. So like go to her page and see what she's interested in. People don't want to talk about the weather, their weekend, like, you know, boring stuff you talk to like your grandma about. Like they want to talk about what's interesting to them. So find something to start a conversation with them. Don't go back to like 2005. You don't need to be like stalking their high school pictures, like, cause that is crazy. I have a couple people I added them after they requested me, and they liked like literally every single one of my profile picture, and I removed them. I was like, this person is crazy. So don't do that, because if you're a normal person, you're like, oh, this is creepy. Don't do that. I don't want to be friends with them. So don't do that. I also had another girl that didn't realize I was a Beachbody coach somehow. And she went back like through my pictures. She added me and then like was like, oh my gosh, I love your profile picture. Da, 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 and like asked me like 4 questions from one picture. And I was like, I'm already a coach, thanks. And I was like, weirded out. I was like, oh, I hope she doesn't talk to everybody like that. So don't be afraid of sounding like a freak, but don't be a freak and you won't. Like, just make a normal conversation. Like, just, if you see, like, they posted Christmas pictures, like, oh my gosh, your babies are beautiful. Where did you guys get pictures taken, or who did your pictures? I'm always looking for somebody. I really want to, you know, make that happen next year or something like that. Just be genuine and find something that they're interested about, because, you know, hey mama, how are you? When you maybe talk to them about something in the past, or maybe ask them about Shakeology, they're just going to be like, this chick just wants to sell me something. So be interested. There was an awesome Janelle Summers call that she talked about the CCQ method: compliment, comment, question. So example, and this is kind of a shitty example, but compliment, that is such a cute car. Comment, I've always wanted a car like that. Question, what dealership did you go through? So, you know, it's just an easy way to give them a compliment, which gives people warm and fuzzies, and then make conversation and ask them a question that's like an open-ended question, so that they have to respond. And this is also something to do using that 5-3-1 method. This is also a great way to kind of get people involved. But I love doing this on people's Facebook posts, things like that. It's just an easy way to make conversation. Or you could even like the photo and then send this to them in a message as well. And the 5-3-1 method, you should know this, but it means on Instagram, like 5 photos, comment on 3 with open-ended questions. You know, like, oh my gosh, girl, I saw, or how, that is an awesome time. Congrats. How did you feel during that race? Because a lot of people I stalk are usually running people. So I'll make that, just use that as an example. But what I want you to do is figure out your target market hashtags and save them in the notes section of your phone. Try to get like 20 to 25 of them. And you can go and look and see how many people have used it. Instagram makes it really easy for you to do that. And I say go anywhere from 10,000 to, you know, I don't know. I try to keep it under 500,000. But, you know, you don't want to be the only person you use, and you don't want to be using something like hashtag fitness where everyone and their mother uses it. And if you don't look at it within the 2 seconds that you posted it, somebody's not going to see your stuff. So always put the hashtags in the comments section under, not in the caption as well. And don't use things like hashtag Beachbody Coach, hashtag Shakeology, hashtag 21 Day Fix, because people are already Beachbody coaches, already drinking Shakeology, and already using 21 Day Fix if they're using those hashtags. So that's just kind of pointless. So focus on your target market. And it doesn't matter if the picture doesn't correspond to what that is. Like I use GSD Mama, like German Shepherd, things like that. I love my GSD, but it doesn't matter if it's a picture of my food. I'm still going to use that hashtag. So please ask any Instagram questions or any other questions in the chat as you go. And again, I'll get to those at the end. Feel free to answer each other. Okay, and then your third and then you gain 1 follower usually from that. Because if you're just like a mom that's posting some workout, something about her kids or her dogs, then you're like, whoa, this girl liked 5 photos and commented on a bunch of them. Holy cow, what's going on? She's going to come to your page, and if she likes what she sees, she's going to follow you. So your third comment should be something like, oh my gosh, girl, I just love your post. I just stalked the crap out of your page. And I even used the poop emoji. I said, are you on Facebook? I feel like we have so much in common. We should be friends. And I don't usually say this, but you can add me using the link in my profile in last chat. After I wrote, looking at that now, that seems a little scripted. I usually just say, we should be friends. So like something like that. But in your profile of Instagram should be your Facebook link, so people can easily find you. They might be like, yeah, look me up and here's my name. Or they'll be like, I'll find you. Or if they go to your page, they see it right there. Don't ask them about groups or coaching on Instagram. That is annoying. That is salesy. That is pitchy. Focus on building that relationship on Instagram. Then get them to Facebook, get them into a free group, and then form them and talk to them. I don't say, hey, I want to have a free accountability group if you want to join. Every Beachbody coach does that. You are not every Beachbody coach. You are a rock star. You are building relationships. You want to know them. You want to set yourself apart. You are not a salesy piece of crap. Like, just focus on getting to know them before you get them to Instagram. If you talk to them about coaching, if you talk to them about groups, sometimes it works, but really I just focus on relationships. Tanner does an awesome thing. She follows people, and then you can even, after you follow somebody, you can turn on post notifications. There's 3 dots at the top right on Instagram. Once you're following somebody, turn on post notifications, and then every time they post, you get a notification. You can like and comment on it as soon as it posts, and then I write down everybody I have post notifications, and then I can, like on like Sunday, invite them all either via private message or comment and give them a compliment. She sends a really cute picture of herself, like holding a sign that says you're amazing, and really compliments them on their posts about how awesome they are, and they just seem so real, and she would love to connect with another positive person. And she gives her Facebook link and tells them to add them. So just focus on building relationships. Avery, I saw Avery posted today that she sold her first challenge pack to somebody from Instagram. So that's exciting. You don't need freaking 10,000 followers to find people on Instagram. You really don't. Just be interested and be genuine and ask questions, and you'll find people. So, and I've said this already, don't be a salesy piece of crap. Like, just don't. The more you say, the less you make. If you are looking and you're looking at your pictures that your screenshots of, what you send people, and it's lines and lines and lines and lines and lines of you and one word from them, turns out they're probably not interested and you've lost them. So ask them questions. Keep it real. I really don't. I stick to the script, but I've totally made it my own. I don't just copy and paste it, because I want people to know that it's me and it's not just something I've copied and pasted and sent to everybody. When you're talking about the 21-day fix, you should be using the 21-day fix, or should have used the 21-day fix. So you should know what it is. Like, it's got 30-minute butt kicking workouts. It's got this meal plan. It's like, dude, this is what you eat. If it fits, you can eat it. This is how many times you eat it. Then you get a shake. It tastes like a freaking chocolate milkshake. I add enough ice in it that it's Wendy's frosty consistency. And then you've got an awesome accountability group where we post and we keep each other accountable, and it's just a lot of fun. And I literally get more results now with a 30-minute workout at home than the 2 hours I used to spend in the gym. So I don't know if it's for you or not, but I'm just loving it, and I would love to do it together. Just be yourself. You don't need to be like, well, it comes with this meal plan, and that all intends to teach you how to da-da-da-da. Just be you. You don't have to follow those scripts exactly. You don't have to sound professional. Being you is the best thing, and I always have the best results with that. I forgot some of the screenshots, and I think it's, let me see. I think it's actually Kristen. You might be on this call. I can't see everybody. I think I saw her on the call. Oh no, this was Sophie. Okay. So this is one of my favorite posts, and this was from beginning of December. So I said, she was thinking about 21-day fix, and she has a bad back, and I said, for you, 21-day fix is modifications. It would be better for you. If somebody has a bad back, hammer and chisel is not for everybody. Hammer and chisel is hard, and the modifications are really just modifications if you don't have a bench. So hammer and chisel is not for everybody. She said, okay, I'm game. I said, yay. Okay, so you'll get 30-minute workouts. And so this is 21-day fix. A meal plan that's really just idiot-proof, because you get your color-coded portion control containers, tells you how many of each containers you get a day and what food you can put in them. Then a month of Shakeology, that's a meal replacement shake that tastes amazing. It's like a chocolate milkshake every day, and it helps with cravings and bloating. Is all natural. It's also cured my terrible chronic digestive issues too. Then you get a shaker cup, a 3-day bikini guide that's a perfect meal plan, like before you go to the beach or wedding, to drop a couple extra pounds. Then a 10-minute ab workout, and you get a free t-shirt when you send in your before and after photos, and the chance to win $500. LOL. All of that for $140. That was when it was on sale. Shaco is normally $130, $4 a meal, and 21-day fix is normally $60. Everything is on sale for the rest of today. Or you can just say everything is on sale right now for $160. It's normally over $200 for everything. She's like, wow, that's incredible. All of that, I'm going to be gorgeous. Take my money, basically. So, just be honest and be real. And this screenshot is in the photo album of Teen Run Pink Run Happy. So, when I say stuff like that, I get such better results versus the scripted, 21-day fix things that that are in the Run Pink, the Google Drive. So even though they're there and I use those for a really long time, now that I've done it and I've talked, when I write it out as me, it's much better. So I was saying, switch up the way you talk. Don't stick exactly to the scripts. So the other thing, let me stop my share. the other thing that's really important for inviting is just not being afraid of people telling you no. Because honestly, like, people are always going to tell you no. People are always going to have an excuse. But for every like 10 people that you invite, you're going to get like 1 to 3 people that say yes. The difference is if everybody is telling you no, then you need to be like, am I asking too soon? Am I taking the time to get to know them? Am I asking enough questions? Am I talking too much? So, just go back through. If every single person is telling you no, there's a disconnect somewhere. So a lot of times when people do that, I say, okay, start sending me screenshots because there's something that's not working. 1, do personal development and read Go for No. Another one of my favorites that I haven't talked about in a while is called Rock Your Network Marketing Business. It's by Sarah Robbins. She's really successful in, I think it's Roden and Fields, but it's awesome. And it really gives a good example of scripts and how to talk to people and things like that. And it's a small book. It's an easy read. I think it's $12 on Amazon. I don't think that one is on audiobook. But what is going on? Okay, I have to read this later. I can't focus right now. But so honestly, all of it is in like, it's just being confident. And I don't care if you're scared and like pooping your pants, nervous talking to people. Just go in there thinking, okay, this chick has been at the gym for a year and looks the same. She's been telling me no for a year. There's this one girl who commented on something. She's like, oh, we've been friends for a year. And my thought was, and you have asked about every single program that has come out or that I've talked about for an entire year and haven't joined. So she's on my list tomorrow to talk to her because I'm like, okay, I'm just going to say like, hey, oh my gosh, I love that we've been friends for over a year. So I have a question for you because I know that you're, always interested in what we're doing. And I know that something always comes up. But I'm wondering, have you had any like really great results in the last year doing what you're doing? I'm just going to freaking say that. And if she says yes, good for her. If she says no, I'm going to be like, okay, so I've been really thinking that, maybe it's the time for you to do something for you. You've only wanted to do this for an entire year. We still talk. We still know that you're interested in changing yourself. Why not just do it? So just being real, just being you and not being afraid to be like, what is the holdup? And do it nicely. I mean, you're not going to like hound somebody to do it, but don't be afraid to be like, girl, how long have you freaking been talking to me? I can't tell you how many people I've said that to when they're like, I just don't know. I'm like, girl, how long have you been wanting to do this? Like, you go and buy a freaking scarf at Target without thinking twice about it. But if you would just say, I'm going to do this and forget about everything else, it's worth it. So just being real with people and not being afraid to tell them like it is, as long as you like can turn it off into a sarcastic like point of view, like just do it. I am very real with people. I'm always saying things that way because honestly, sometimes people just need a freaking kick in the pants. Like, don't go around kicking everybody in the pants. You have to give love and you have to give, free advice. You have to give support and things like that too. But you just have to know, like, how much has Beachbody Coaching changed your life? And if you haven't said it's changed your life in one aspect, you're either not doing personal development or not being a product of the product or not inviting people. So that's on you. So coaching has changed. If you are like an active doing the 3 vital behaviors, coaching has changed every single coach on our team's lives in one way or another. Even if you've never sold a thing, but you're doing PD religiously, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, my relationship is so much better now. I know a coach that she was literally like thinking about divorce with her husband, and after personal development in a couple months, it saved their marriage. So I can't tell you enough how much it's beneficial to, your confidence level and things like that. But just knowing how much this business and these products change people's lives. I don't care if it's somebody that you think is like barely able to pay their rent. Just invite them and know that it's going to change their life, because especially being Christmas time, especially with, the New Year's resolution just around the corner, people will find a way to either find money, ask for money, borrow money, sell things, get presents, return presents, whatever. So don't be afraid to invite people. If they want it bad enough, they will do it. I literally I know y'all are tired of hearing this. I had $7 stupid in my bank account with a $300 bill coming out the next day, and I put it on my credit card and signed up. And you know what? Now I've replaced my income and my husband's income. So if I would have been like, I just can't do it. If I didn't go to Chalene Johnson 2 years in a row, if I didn't go to Summit, if I didn't make personal development, I've probably spent at least over $5,000 in personal development this year, with flights, with seminars, with books, with I've paid $400 for a year of calls with John C. Maxwell. And I'm not saying this to be like, look at my dollar bills. I'm saying that's why I'm successful. And that's what you have to do. It's not, throw out Benjamins, but not be afraid to invest in personal development. I don't care if it's a $10 book or Audible book on Amazon. Just make it non-negotiable, because you cannot grow without putting in, the investment in yourself. Okay, so I want to know what specific invite questions you have after all this, if there's anything else that you're struggling with. And there's freaking 12 of us on here, so there's a ton of people to respond and help answer your questions. So if you're sitting there saying I'm not, nobody's buying anything, and you're not asking us a question, we can't freaking help you. We're not going to bite your head off. We're not going to tell you you're a freak. We're not going to tell you you're stupid. Just ask your questions. No question is stupid. So what inviting wise are you guys struggling with?
I have a question.
Go for it.
So I feel like I sit there and I form people all day, every single day, and I can't get the conversation to go to the invite.
Do you invite them to our free group?
Sometimes, but I try and wait for them to talk about health or fitness first, but then sometimes they don't. So it's like our conversation just gets lost in my inbox.
Gotcha. Okay. And your forming should not take 3 days either. I used to do that all the time. It's like, oh, how was your weekend? Stupid stuff like that, trying to get it back again. Talking about things you can find on their page, family, occupation, something you saw that they did for the holidays, whatever. And then I'm just like, you know what? Oh my gosh, it was so good to chat with you. I got to get going. But I actually have a free exercise group this month. We're working on squats. It's really fun. It's just got a set number of squats you do each day. And each day we add a little more, and we post and say kind of things we're thankful for. And I'm always looking for more positive women to join us. So, are you up for a little challenge? I'm already feeling my butt sore. My husband said he saw a difference in it already, something like that. And just be like, so is that something you want to join us with? Doesn't matter if you've already talked about fitness or nutrition yet. Just do that. I'm always looking for more compliment in some way. I'm always looking for more positive women to join. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? And what girl is going to be like, no, I don't want my butt to look better. So just then, and then add them. And then that's in 2 days to be like, and I write down everybody and the date that I add them to be like, hey girl, how the heck is it going? Oh my gosh, I had 3 days to make up today and my butt is on fire. How are you doing? And then she'll be like, either oh my gosh, I'm dying, or, oh girl, I haven't done it yet. And I actually like when they're like, girl, I haven't done it yet. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, okay, tell me this. What are your goals? So if they're saying oh no, I haven't had time, I'm like, girl, why? It's not going to do it for you. And then I'm like, okay, so tell me your goals. What are you struggling with? So then go in and ask him about that. And that's an in for you to start talking about that. And then you're do it. And you know what? I don't know if you're interested or not, but if you really want to kick it up, in January 4th, we've got a 3-week fitness and nutrition boot camp. And I've lost X amount of pounds. I'm down to jean size. Whatever. Is that something you might want more information on? That kind of thing. So don't feel like you need a perfect time to invite them to a free group. It's a free freaking group. If they don't want to join it, then they probably don't want to spend $160 for 21 Day Fix. Does that help? Okay. What other questions do we have? Tanner, perfect 365 is great if your face is ugly that day.
I just struggle with if it's people that, a lot of my friends on Facebook are high school acquaintances or whatever, so I just feel weird all of a sudden being like, hey, how are you? Or, I don't know. I just can't get past that feeling that they're not going to, or they're going to be like, where is she coming from all of a sudden when we never talk? And I kind of suck at interacting on Facebook as far as like liking people's posts and commenting. So I feel like it would come out of nowhere.
Okay, so if somebody that you hadn't talked to in a long time was like, hey, oh my gosh, it's been forever. How have you been? Would you be like, shut up, you stupid freak, stop talking to me?
No, but I'll probably be like, what do you want? I haven't talked to you in how long? That's the New Yorker in me.
I don't think anybody's going to be like, no. And if they think that if they don't want to talk to you, they're just not going to respond. So you'll either get them ignore you, or you'll be like, hey, I've been good. Oh my gosh, how are you? So they're not going to respond, or they're going to respond. And if they don't want to talk to you or think you're weird for sending a sweet message, then goodbye. They don't need to be on your list. So all you got to do is go to their page, see if you can find any little thing, and just be like, hey girl, how the heck are you doing? I saw, and you can, like, if they post something recently, you can just be like, I saw, something you posted came up on my feed, and then I just realized it's been forever. Like, how the heck are you? So you can just be honest, like, oh, like one of your posts or your Christmas photos was on my news feed, and just something like that. Like, one of your posts came by my news feed, and I just realized it's been forever since we've talked. Like, what are you up to? Just being honest. And, if somebody, a lot of people don't get regular messages on Facebook, like they just don't. So, for them to get somebody that's genuinely interested in them is kind of like, oh, how sweet of her. And then they're going to go to your page and stalk you and like ask you questions. So, you just have to get over that fear, because if you don't, if you aren't in talking to people, you aren't adding people to your list every day and talking to more people, you're going to run out of people, and you're going to be sitting there wishing you were more successful. And because you're worried about what people think of you, you're not moving your business forward. So you just got to be like, freaking who cares? I don't care what they say. They're either going to respond or they're going to ignore me. And just kind of just be genuine. Like, don't overthink it. Like, literally, if you saw a post about their kids and you thought it was cute, just be like, oh, your Christmas photos were so cute. What are you guys up to for Christmas? Or, think something like that. You don't have to overthink it. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. It's literally just, hey, how are you? And go from there. You are overthinking it. Just
I had something to add to that, April. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I was worried about that with talking to people from high school too, because I was like, I wasn't always the nicest person in high school. And so I was kind of worried about how they would respond. So there was one girl that I messaged 3 times over like the year that I've been a coach, told her happy birthday twice, tried to start a conversation with her, didn't reply. And so I was like, okay, crossed her off my list. Randomly, she sent me a message one day asking everything about coaching, signed up to be a coach that very next week, and now she's going to Smart Success with us.
Is that Alex?
Yeah, it was Alex.
Is a freaking rock star. Yeah. I love her.
I know, and I give her crap about it all the time. So if you're talking to people and you don't get a reply, that doesn't mean anything at all. So as long as you're doing your part and you're continuing to reach out and you're just doing what you're doing, you never know who's going to come around. So you just got to get over that fear.
Do it anyways.
Just wanted to share that. You can't worry about it.
Awesome. Yeah. Alex freaking paid $500 plus after like not even a month as a coach. And she was like, okay. She's done like literally every day of Coach Basics, I think, already.
Yeah, she is on it. So you never know.
Yeah. Debbie, I saw you have a rock star. I think it's Diana. Yeah, she's like rock. I think she did like 4 days of Coach Basics today. When you get a new coach, all you have to do is like 90% of your focus needs to be on Coach Basics. You know what? I don't say the same shit all the time to new coaches. It's in Coach Basics for a reason. I decided to put everything I say all the time in Coach Basics so I don't have to repeat myself. So if you're not going to do Coach Basics, you're probably going to miss some important things to help you move your business forward. So I tell people on my Getting Started Right call, I talk about our goals. I talk about our why. I talk about their list, and I talk about using our free group and, making their post about being a coach and inviting them to our next challenge group in it. And if they have a before and after photo, that's always what I have them use for their like open shop post kind of thing. And then I say, okay, well, we've got a 3-week mentorship, but I'm not getting on the phone with you next week until I see you've done a couple of days of Coach Basics. So your homework is today to go to Coach Basics, make sure you're added there, and comment on the Start Here post and tag me so that I know you read it. If you want to start day one, go for it. It's a short assignment. But I'm not going to get on the phone with you next week if you have not done a couple of days. When you make that non-negotiable, they're going to teach themselves that I'm not going to build your business forward for you. You have to put in the work. And if they're not going to do Coach Basics, they don't want it. And that's fine. I know I need to talk to them a little differently. They're not a business builder coach. But, if you wait a month to do a Getting Started Right call with me, if you schedule it, I'm not going to hound you. I'm going to ask you, the first week a couple times. I'm going to ask you the second week. But if you're not scheduling a Getting Started Right call, you don't want it. And I'm not going to waste my time. And it sounds really mean, but you know what? I'm going to treat you like a customer until you decide that you want to work the business. And I'm fine if somebody wants to be a customer. And it's awesome if you get somebody that is a customer that signs up as a discount coach and then wants to work the business. Like Chanel, I talked to her, and at the very end, after she was like, let's do this, I was like, do you want to do coaching? It's literally like the same price. And she was like, it's the same price. Let's do it. And she signed up as a coach, and she's like, I really just want to focus on me. And now she's like, okay, now I want to be a coach. So what do I do? And we've been talking on the phone to help getting her started and things like that. So just start talking to people and changing their mindset. Emerald is not hard. You invite your mom, your dad, your spouse, your significant other, and just to have them sign on as a coach. And, if you sign on 3 coaches in a week, you get a $100 bonus. So just talk to people like, why would you not? And people are like, oh my gosh, I'm signing up everybody. Everybody that buys a challenge pack is signing on as a coach. So when you make that mindset that Emerald is not hard, Success Club is non-negotiable, get your Coach Basics done, or I'm not getting on the phone with you next week, that builds successful coaches. So, and if you're not doing those things and you're not documenting your journey, you're not being a product of the product. I have a lot of people that are like, I feel like a hypocrite because I'm not on my A game with my coaching, my workouts. I'm not on my A game with my eating. You are a freaking hypocrite. Just do it. If you want people to do it, don't get mad if you're not selling things and you're not being a product of the product. I have so many people coming to me now that I'm making, hammer and chisel videos all the time. When I was running, I was having to work so much harder. I was hitting Success Club every month, but I was having to work so much harder because I'm inviting people. I'm talking to people. Everybody wanted to talk to me about running because all I was talking about was running because I wasn't doing Beachbody workouts. So I attracted a lot of runners that maybe will eventually be these people. But now I'm having people talk to me about my videos, talk to me about hammer and chisel. So I would make it your goal to start posting at least 1 video a week of you doing your workout. You don't have to edit it. You don't have to make it super fancy. But if you want to know how I do iMovie, in the Imitate My Instagram training, which is I'll just share it again because I don't know where it is. It's like probably 3 places, but I don't know specifically where it is. In there, she goes over how to make videos. So, but, and you can easily Google it, YouTube, whatever, but just post about it. Get people involved. It's 2015, almost 2016. Video is the way to go. And just making a couple short clips. And don't be afraid of, oh my gosh, I look like I have rolls, or my belly's hanging out, or maybe my form isn't right. Who cares? Like nobody's going to be making fun of you. Nobody's going to be like, girl, that girl does not need to be in a video. They're going to be like, you go, girl, because she could be on a freaking couch eating Oreos, but she's not. So stop thinking about what people are thinking of you and know that you are going to inspire the right people that need it. And if somebody's like, oh my gosh, that girl does not need to be a coach, that's probably you are the only person that is going to look at that video and be like, oh, look at my rolls. Nobody else is going to think that. So I know we have a ton of people that are self-conscious and really critical of themselves. Just post it because somebody else out there is feeling shitty about themselves, and they're going to need to be like, girl, if she can do it, I can. So honestly, the most real coaches inspire more people, I feel like, because sometimes when you're at a level, I have a master's in exercise physiology. Sometimes people are like, I can't do what you do. Like, I don't have a degree. I'm not in shape. I don't run marathons. I have to make myself seem more real because sometimes people put me on a pedestal, and it's annoying. And part of it is my fault. When I first started coaching, that's what I thought I needed to be. I thought I needed to be perfect. I needed to be professional. I need to seem like I knew everything. And I remember one time I posted a picture of pizza and somebody was like, oh my gosh, you are a real person. And that was a huge wake up call for me. I don't want people to think that I'm not real. You also, on the other note, you don't want to be like, every weekend, every Monday, I fell off the wagon again. Oh my gosh, who wants to get back on track with me? If you can't stay on that wagon for more than a week, then there's something wrong. So like, be real, but don't be like, I suck. I stopped again. I stopped again. Kind of thing. So, any other questions? The free group is for everybody, Danielle. They don't have to buy anything. I have a great message to send to the people who don't respond if you want me to share. Oh, okay. So Carolyn says, for anybody that can't see this, hey girlie, I know that it's not for everybody and that's totally okay. But if they say like they're not interested in the free group, but I'm in the business of creating wealth physically, financially, emotionally for a lot of people. And I'd love to know what I didn't communicate correctly to you. So if you could give me a little bit of feedback, sort of what your hesitations were, that would be great. I love to learn. I'm looking to improve. Oh, that's not for a free group. That's for Challenge Pack, right? Challenge Pack or coaching. Is that what that is?
No, that's for when you always get crickets and like they said they were committed, they wanted to do it, and then like you follow up, they don't answer. And you're like, what the hell, where'd you go? When I send that, they typically respond back like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot, like I am interested. Or they'll tell you like why they haven't been responding back instead of just ignoring you. Or they'll tell you like they're definitely not, and then you can be like, okay, well then at least you don't have to worry about continuing to follow up with them.
Gotcha. Okay. And I saw your comment, no, I don't make them do all of Coach Basics before day 2. I have 17 or 18 days. I just want to see that they've at least done like 2 or 3 by the time I get on the phone with them.
Okay.
But yeah. Another awesome thing, my postcards came in. So it says, you're amazing, keep going. Then it has my website on the bottom. You don't have to put a website if you don't have it. And then on the back, I've got a message already. And then all I have to do is put in their address. This is I'm going to send to everybody that's in my challenge group right now. We're just finishing week 2. So this will be, if 21 Day Fix, I would send it after week 1. If it's like Hammer and Chisel, maybe week 2. So it says, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. We're in this together, and I'm so thankful to have you here. Never give up. Keep up the great work, and let's rock the rest of this challenge together. XO, April McDonald, my phone number, and then it says, hashtag you are perfectly imperfect. So I just think this is so cute. It's so perfect to just easily send somebody to, hey, keep going. Our challenge group has been rocking. What did I buy? I bought little gifts because every week somebody wins. Hippie Runner had a special. I don't know if they still do. They have like headbands, and I love them. I got 10 headbands for $20. So for $2, I have a little gift to send somebody, and I just took a picture of all of them, and I say, hey, out of this one minus this one and this one, which one do you want? It could be a shaker cup. It could be, literally anything that you want to give away. It could be a shake sample. It could be $10 off their next order, whatever. But I keep tallies of everybody that's posting. Or you could do a contest and just pick from that if you don't want to keep tallies. But I also hired somebody, and she does it for $5, and they freaking love the post every day. So yeah, our challenge group has been rocking. I have really tried to get them to start talking about meal prepping and meal planning. They've been doing Excel and like planning their meal for the whole week. And Erica, who's a coach, is awesome. She's like, oh, my meal plan for the week for $56, and she like shares her budgeting secrets and things like that. So it's really a totally different mindset this time around. I made them take their measurements. I made them take photos. They really are treating it kind of like a test group because I set it up that way, because I said, this is our start date. And so the next group starts January 4th, and I'm just going to keep it the same group, but change the name and change the cover photo. but yeah, just keep in adding value. It's kind of dropped off a little bit, but still very popping. So I need to be posting more daily message, like, hey, this is a great recipe. I tried this, or hey, try this, not that, substitutions, but trying to add some type of little value every day. Maybe important, cool fact about water or cinnamon or cayenne or something that you found. I don't know if it's turmeric, that spice. It's really good for inflammation and about a ton of things. And you can add it to your shakes, and it doesn't, just a little bit, and it doesn't change your flavor. So you can always like talk about that. Find an ingredient in Shakeology and talk about it. Like, dude, did you know this? I have to find, there's one ingredient that's actually like known to help with hangovers. And I thought it'd be funny to post about it and talk about what that ingredient was. I have to look it up, but something in Shakeology. And I've said for a long time that seriously, Shakeology is the best hangover cure. And turns out there's something in it that really is good for hangover. So I just thought it was funny because we're very real. Somebody asked, hey, am I on auto shipment? And I remember before I used to be like, oh, don't ask that. I don't want to talk about that in groups. And now I'm like, yeah, I was going to send the email next week. You are. Do you want to change your flavor? And that's all I asked her. She's like, yeah. And so I walked her through how to do that all on the post. Like, not being afraid to be real. Like, hey, you guys that are all on Shakeology, when your next order comes out, I don't know if you're interested, but we can do a 3-day refresh, 3-day cleanse for $30 extra. Just being free to ask that, posting about coaching in your groups, not being afraid to be like, hey, all you Shakeology lovers, I don't know if you're interested or not, but most of us all of us that are coaches are saving $15 a month on our shakes. And if you're military or a veteran or a military spouse, you save $30 a month. So, feel free to just ask anytime if you ever want to know how to do it. So just being very real, being very open in your challenge groups. The more real you are, the more open, the more people trust you. If you're like, very salesy, not wanting to answer questions, things like that, it's not as good. So, any other questions? The other thing with the free group, if you're adding people to the free group, make sure you're posting in there. I really didn't add many people this month. I just had so much going on. I didn't really add much, so I'm not really posting in there. But if I do a free group and I have people in there, I am posting, I'm tagging them, I'm talking about it. Because if you add people to a free group and you're not checking in on them, you're not doing it yourself, that doesn't really do anything for you. Let's see, what else do we have coming up? We've got a 3-day sneak peek group coming up on Monday. So a week from today, we've got a 3-day sneak peek group. So be sure to talk about that. The general plan will be to the couple people that have videos to post at their certain time. So we can send a group message to remind people about that. But I would say post about that by just kind of making a post about a picture of you or something to do with you, not anything scripted or anything, and just be like, one of my favorite things about coaching is XYZ. I don't know if it's for you or not, but I mean, honestly, it's something that's absolutely changed my life. And if just being in a Facebook group and learning a little bit about it here and there might change your life, would you be interested? Just comment or message me. So something like that, posting something very real. Let's see what else. 3-day refresh group starts January 4th. We already have a group that we use for the 3-day refresh. I'm just going to reuse that group again, the one that Shannon ran a couple months ago. The end of this month, Sarah Smith and Angela will be Success Club All-Stars. Yay! Have that on my calendar. And then January 18th, we are going to do a Shaun T group. So we are going to do like anything insanity, T25, size, whatever. So that might be a great way to start talking to people about that. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about my calendar. Oh, this is terrible. You can't see it at all. Yeah, I have a big wall calendar, and it's been so helpful. So I just got my January one. I haven't filled it out yet, but I get a big one, and then I put it up on my wall, and I write everything that's happening, and then I write the days that I want to post about it. So if it's happening, on the 7th, I want to post about it by the 1st or something. So I even write the days that I want to post about things, and that really helps me too. I will be gone the 23rd Oh, that's December. In January, I will be gone the 20th to the 25th. So I'm going to be talking about some things that I'm going to need you guys to be present with. I have a ton of trips planned for this coming month. So I'll be talking about some things. And if you are interested at all in kind of stepping up and taking part and kind of taking control of some groups, that would be awesome. Danielle Mullen is a total lifesaver and has really stepped up and done the free group for us every month. Sarah Smith always does our 3-day sneak peek groups. Okay, I have to be honest. I'm not running 7-day clean eating groups right now. They have not really been successful. Does anybody have any thoughts on what the heck to do with 7-day clean eating groups? I don't know. Where can I find the 3-day refresh group? I will add you to that. Remind me. But I don't know. I talked about her, Molly's mom story, but 7-day clean eating groups, I haven't really gotten much from. So I think I'm going to, well, I don't know. I feel like January would be a good time to do it though. So what do you guys think? Do you want to do one January, why can't I see? 11th? January 11th for a free 7-day clean eating? All right, well, good talk, guys. I will tentatively write January 7th. And if you guys have any ideas, maybe just Google some cool ideas for, clean eating or something like that. We need to do something because the ratio of taking free group clean eating groups into our next challenge group is not that great. So, yeah.
I just think a lot of people don't really understand what clean eating is, because I really didn't understand until I started the 21-day fix. Like, there's a lot of foods that you think are healthy because they say low fat or, granola bars and that type of thing. And I don't think there's a very clear understanding. Like, I don't know how we could explain that better to them, maybe.
Maybe we can just do a 3-day, what is clean eating? And really focus on clean eating tips. 3-day, what is clean eating? So we can give the meal plan and really focus on what clean eating is by giving tips. That's a good idea. I might hire somebody to help with that, or see if anybody wants to do that. But basically saying what you can eat, what you can't eat, do's and don'ts kind of thing. So let's just do like a 3-day clean eating 101 kind of thing and take it from the very basics. Because we'll have a clean eating group and people will be like, this is me with cheese, things like that. And I'm like, no, cheese isn't clean. Kristen, I would love for you to help with the clean eating stuff. Carolyn said our team did a recipe swap and that was a lot of fun and successful too. Everybody was active in posting and everything. What did you do? Like, was it an ongoing group or how did that happen?
No, it was just like a 5-day. We did it like for like a holiday recipe swap, but I'm sure it could be like, you can kind of make it for anything. And then we had like every day we shared at least 3 or 4 recipes. And then to get into the group, like they had to share a recipe too, and they had to bring a friend.
Okay. Yeah, we tried to do a like 5-day eat this, not that, and shared a bunch of like clean eating recipes for Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, and it was very quiet. This one was better this time around, but yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, let's so January 4th is 3-day refresh, and our next 21-day fix and hammer and chisel and any program really on January 4th. The 11th will be what is clean eating 101 for 3 days. And then the 18th is the Shaun T group. The 10th, I'm going to do a Sunday night what is coaching live event. That's the day after Super Saturday. So January 9th, make sure you put that on your calendar. Then the 18th through the 20th, we will do the 3-day, January 18th through 20th, 3-day sneak peek group. And then I'm going to do Wednesday, January 27th, a live What is Coaching event. So I can do one during the week too. Switch it up. So I will type all of this up. Is there anything else that you guys want to do? Any other type of groups that come to mind? Anything else that you want to try? Lunges is our free group for starting January 1st. Okay, I will post all this in the group, and hopefully we'll find out some awesome specials for January. Another thing to remember is that in January, Success Club trip dollars are doubled. So for every point you get $10. So in January, I have all of my points from the year on my board. So in January, I had 24 Success Club points. So that would normally be $240. But in January, it's doubled. So I got $480 towards my cruise. So January points are doubled. So that's why it's really important to just go and talk to people now. So your homework is tomorrow when you do your workout, take a video and post it. I don't care if it's silly. I don't care if you fell off the ball when you did it. I don't care. Post it and invite people to our next group. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to make a post kind of about this recap, and then I'll share the recording. And have a Merry Christmas. And I'll talk to you guys next Thursday then. So, bye.